Preface. Endurance is one of the most difficult disciplines, but it is to the one who endures that the final victory comes. Buddha. This book was written for me. This information is what ultimately guided me through the trials and tribulations of building a real estate business and becoming a real estate professional. Twice, by the way. Real estate is like a marathon. It is long, arduous, and filled with ups and downs. We don't need help on the ups. Everyone can handle those. It's the downs, the troughs, that we need help in. When we are unclear, unfocused, concerned, paralyzed by fear, impatient, or stuck inside ourselves in our own head, when we are in those places is when we need the most help. And that is what this book is for. This book is about picking a path and declaring that it is the path and we will follow. That this path is the most important path, the one we are willing to give everything to. Oh, and the path will be hard. As Les Brown said, if you do what is easy, life will be hard. If you do what is hard, life will be easy. I ultimately had to accept that I am willing to do what is hard because success is not easy. There may be times when life, and real estate, is easy, but the times that are hard will be the real test. We will come to many doors on which we'll be afraid to knock. Actually, we'll be afraid to get out of the car and even more scared to head up the walkway that leads to the door, let alone knock on it. So we must develop the courage to walk and knock, to keep going even when there is no evidence that what we are doing is the right thing to do. We must stay definite in our purpose. We don't get off the roller coaster in mid-ride, nor do we get off the airplane until it has safely landed back on the ground. In building a real estate business, it is the same thing. We don't get off in the middle, and we definitely don't get off in the beginning when it's hard and unsteady. We only get off the ride when we have safely arrived at our destination. We're going to talk about things that most of us probably know and have heard before. There is really nothing new here. We don't need anything new. We need to be reminded of the wisdom of timeless principles and exact moments to keep us moving in the right direction. I would never have made it in real estate or have written this book without the constant pushing and support of my longtime coach and mentor, Steve Schul. Steve has been coaching high-performing real estate agents for over 25 years, coaching the best of the best. You can see more at www.performancecoaching.com. He has been the voice in my head for so long that I can't tell anymore what thoughts are mine versus what he's been yelling at me for so many years. From time to time, I will refer to Steve. I am not referring to myself in the third person, which I would never do because A, it's weird, and B, my name is Steven. A large part of what is in this book has been my own training and development under his guidance. We're going to talk about knocking on doors. Most people are not going to knock on doors. Some people, while reading this sentence, are going to put the book down because they think knocking on doors doesn't apply to me. Stop. This is not about you knocking on doors. The doors are a metaphor. You may knock on doors, you may not. That is not the point. The point is that you will have your own journey. Yours will most likely look different from mine, and the way that you get to where you are going may involve very different circumstances. However, consider that the lessons learned are universal and timeless in nature, and therefore likely can apply to you as well. If you think that this book is about knocking on doors, then this is probably not the book for you. A journey, by definition, requires us to stay in motion. For me, it's been walking and knocking. In ultra marathons, they talk about the chair. On those very long races, the desire to take a break and sit down in the chair, that is the kiss of death. Once you stop moving, once you sit down, it becomes very, very hard to get moving again. A worthwhile career in real estate is the same way. How do we keep ourselves moving forward? After all, in the end, this is a momentum business. I'm going to talk about some key lessons that we all need to learn over and over. It is the practicing of these lessons that makes the difference, not reading and knowing them. The odds are that we will not get it right the first time. A decade and a half later, I am still practicing very hard to master some of these. I am clear that I will never arrive. There is no place to get to. No matter how much I practice, there is always some other element to master. I invite you to take on a similar approach. We can't all be number one. We can't all be Rookie of the Year. If those are your goals, reading this book will probably be a waste of your time. We all can be our best. We all can be great for the people in our lives. Remember, just because my clients think that Steven is the best realtor does not mean everyone I meet will think so. That is the beauty. We can all be the best for our clients. You don't need to be the best for my clients and vice versa. We could say that this book is about the journey to be our best for the people in our lives. Who the heck am I to tell you how to be your best? I don't know you. You don't know me. I am not some real estate messiah. I have no special ordainment. In fact, you should be a little skeptical. Why in the world would you listen to me? What I'm saying is not the truth. Almost everything here I have learned from masters, whether they be in real estate or not. Some of those people I've learned by working and training with, others by reading and studying from afar. However, everything in this book is what I have experienced. This is not a how-to book filled with detailed instructions and action plans. Rather, this book is a guide. This is a place to come back to when you feel yourself veering off course. When you don't feel like taking action, flip through the chapters and see which one is calling out to you. Think of each chapter as a spoke on a wheel. Rereading that chapter is like fixing a spoke in your business. No one likes riding a bike that is out of balance because that effort doesn't work well. This is to get you back on the road again, moving with grace and ease. Let's get going.